Oh, that makes for an issue. And drive. Okay. I'm going to try this because I've never done it before. And we're going to try and do this update while I'm driving. Because, not that you can see me. Yeah, Brian doesn't yet know that I am pregnant. So it's really hard to do any kind of vlog or anything because he's going to overhear me. And if you've watched my other videos, you know how much it drives me nuts to have anybody be able to hear me while I'm doing the video. I really don't care, you know, afterwards, whatever. That's fine, but like the actual while I'm videotaping, I just don't like people listening. And I tried to tape this earlier. Brian went out to feed one of the calves that we have. We have, you know, the big bottles or whatever in the milk replacer and stuff. And he went out to feed the calf. So I tried to do a quick update then, and Wyatt was just on a mission to be a pain in the butt and making a mess and throwing stuff around, and it was really annoying. So that didn't happen either. So we're going to try this. I don't know how well it's going to work. I don't know how well you can see me, hear me hopefully better, because I was kind of whispering in my last try at it. And I'll try not to make this go too long. And hopefully you'll be able to see me a little bit through the thing. And if this works, we may have to do the pregnancy vlogs this way until we tell Brian. Because he knows I do YouTube videos, but very few people know about the channel that these videos are on. I made it that way specifically so that we could share our trying to conceive journey and our pregnancy, but not share it with everybody we know until we're ready. When we announce this pregnancy, we will then, you know, I'll let everybody know about this channel and they can come watch it, whatever. And they can catch up on where we came from and whatever, you know, what if, because I'm special that way. But for now, we're keeping it quiet because we have had a loss in the past, and we had told everybody, and quite literally, like, it was like a Friday, we told them on Monday I had my first doctor's appointment and had an ultrasound and found out that the baby didn't have a heartbeat. And then, of course, I had to tell everybody that we lost that baby, and that's not a road we want to go down again. So we're keeping it hush-hush for a little while. I am, let's see, this is my first pregnancy vlog. I am 5 weeks and 2 days today. My weeks turn over on Sundays, which is really rather convenient, you know, because most people consider the week to start on Sundays, so my weeks start on Sundays. Yay! Let's see. Well, I got a super, if you've seen my video of the digital test that I took, I got a super, super early positive test. I took that test on 10 DPO. So, because I took like, what are those, WANFO or whatever, I don't know how to say that, but you know, the little internet cheapy strip test, whatever, and there was a super faint line, and there was a lot of question as to whether or not it was an actual positive. Oh no, I took the digital test on 11. Because I took that one on 10, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to wait till the morning, try with first morning urine. So I did that and kind of got a similar result. It was very, very faint. And, you know, is it there? Is it not there? Is it an evap line? Am I just hoping that I'm seeing something? Whatever, you know. So I took the digital test, the little dummy-proof test, and it came back positive. It came back pregnant pretty quickly, actually, because I've watched videos before where they've done these tests, and you're sitting there for what feels like forever as this test just blinks and blinks and blinks, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to fast forward to the end because I just want to see whether or not they're pregnant. And I got lucky. It came up pretty quickly. I mean, I went to set the test down, and ding, it was already up, and it said pregnant. So I told my husband Wyatt and I went out shopping, and I bought him a Big Brother t-shirt. And I will try to remember to put some pictures at the end of this video so you can see his Big Brother t-shirt, and you can see a couple of pictures of the test that I took. And I put the Big Brother t-shirt on him, and he met my husband at the door, and my husband didn't even notice the shirt for probably about 5 minutes. And I was doing everything in my power to try and, like, make it obvious. I kept holding Wyatt in such a way that you could maybe see the shirt better. Or, you know, putting him, like, I kept taking him off my husband's lap and putting him on my lap so that he was facing him in hopes that he would notice what his shirt. And he did eventually see the shirt, and he asked me, he's like, where did he get the Big Brother shirt from? Or something about where did he get that shirt from? And I said, we went out shopping for it today. And he's like, oh. And I said, you know, this is why. And I pulled out the pregnancy test, you know, the digital one that said pregnant. And it took him a little bit before, you know, I don't even know if he had his glasses on at that point. So it took him a little bit before he could see what it said. So my attempt at being cute and, hey, look, Big Brother shirt was not quite as well. It just didn't go as well as I'd hoped. Stupid car. I need a new car. Anyway, he didn't get it right away. It took a little bit. I had to explain a little bit, but once he got it, it was yay. I went then for a blood test because I called the fertility clinic, let them know that I'd gotten a positive home test. I think that was on a Friday. So I called, and they said I didn't have to do a blood test if I didn't want to. And I told them because I've had a previous loss, it would make me feel better to have the blood test done, just to have that and know, yes, absolutely, here's your first number. If something goes wrong, we have a number to go off from. We know where your number should be based on the doubling every 2 days, and we'll know if it's not getting up there. So I went in and had the blood test done. Thankfully, Mayo has a website where you can log in to get your patient information, because nobody ever seems to call me back in a timely manner. But I can log in there, and I still need to get Brian set up, but I have mine and Wyatt. Eventually I'll have Brian. So any lab work done, I can go in and see as soon as the technician puts it into the computer, and as soon as it's available to everybody, it's available to me. So I'm like neurotically on there checking it. And I got on there, and it was, I'm trying to remember now, I think it was like a 31, which is low. And the nurse called to tell me that. But then I reminded her, I got a super early pregnancy test. I'm, 12 DPO. I'm not very far along at all. Most women don't even get a positive pregnancy test at 12 DPO. Well, not most women, but there are lots of women who don't get a test until after their period was supposed to come and didn't come. And I tried to explain that to the nurse, and she kind of, okay, how about this? We'll do another test on Monday, and as long as your numbers have doubled by Monday, we'll consider this most likely a viable pregnancy, and we can move forward. So, of course, I had to wait all weekend, and it was miserable. I was so stressed out. Wyatt's birthday party was that Saturday. So I was trying really hard to focus on his birthday party and being positive and enjoying the day with our friends and our family, and not thinking, oh my God, am I going to lose another baby? Because, that was what was on the back of both mine and I'm sure Ethan's mind was, we're trying to celebrate the child we have, but are we losing another child? It sucks, but that's where it was. So, Monday I went back in and had another blood test, and this lady was awesome. She was talking to me, and she got my blood right off the back, no problems. The other time I went in there, that Friday, they poked me like 4 times and ended up doing like an artery stick in my wrist just to get the blood. And This time, no problems whatsoever. She poked me once and got the blood, and we were done. She knew exactly what needle to use. I didn't even have to tell her, and she did an awesome job. Again, nobody called me, so thankfully I had the website to look, because that time nobody called me at all to let me know what my lab results were. And I went in there thinking, you know, 31, it's just got to double, so it's got to be 62 at least. Let's pray for 100. Just pray for 100, because 100 would be really awesome. And I know that's well beyond what I can really expect, but we're just going to pray for that 100 and hope it comes out somewhere near there. I mean, if it's in the 90s, it's tripled, so let's hope for something good. So when that test finally came up and I was able to look at it, my number was 102. That was even more than I had prayed, like, best outcome. 102. My numbers more than tripled in like 2.5 days. It was nuts. I was so excited. I was really annoyed that they didn't call me back to be like, yay, your numbers are great. Your pregnancy looks good so far. Yay for you. They just kind of like blew me off. So I've had a really bad experience with the fertility clinic this time. Awesome experience when we got pregnant with Wyatt, but just kind of a crappy experience this time. They just feels like they don't give a crap anymore. So we have the option then to either schedule an ultrasound in 3 weeks with the fertility clinic, or go ahead and start scheduling regular appointments with an OB. And while I would love to have that ultrasound, I made the decision, well, my husband and I made the decision that we've had such a crappy experience with the fertility clinic this time that we just wanted to be done with them. And last time when I got pregnant with Wyatt, after the ultrasound, I went and saw a different doctor. He wasn't my doctor, but he was just wanted to say, okay, you're now okay to be released to OB. And he was really mean. And he flat out said to me, I cannot believe we helped you get pregnant at this weight. You are too fat to be pregnant. And I really hope that everything's okay. And I didn't want to hear that again, because everything had gone wrong so much with this round at the fertility clinic. It's like, I just done. Let's be done with them. Move on to the OB. I made an appointment with the doctor that I had, before with Wyatt, because we loved him. He was really, really great. So, back to Dr. C. We'll just call him Dr. C. He was awesome. I loved him. I can't wait for my appointment. Unfortunately, my first OB appointment is not until July 13th, and I'll be like 9 weeks at that point, which sucks. It means I cannot have an ultrasound to check on this baby until I'm 9 weeks, and I'm only 5 weeks. So, yuck. But everything seems to be going okay right now. A lot of pregnancy symptoms. My boobs are sore off and on, but they haven't gotten like any bigger or anything, but they never did with Wyatt either, so I'm not really concerned about that. A lot of fatigue. I'm exhausted. If I took these sunglasses off, you'd probably be able to see the big honking circles under my eyes. I used to stay up after Ethan went to bed at night, and now I'm going to bed either with him or before him because I'm so tired. And it doesn't seem to matter how much sleep I get. I'm still super, super tired. So, really tired, sore boobs off and on. Morning sickness is already starting to kick in. With Wyatt, it didn't start until 6 weeks. But this time, it's starting early, and bleh. I tried so hard yesterday at my first day of my new job to not puke all over the place, that I was coughing and I was gagging, and they probably thought, oh my god, she's got the flu, why is she at work? And I couldn't say to them, I have morning sickness, and I'm trying really hard not to puke on these bouncy houses, so please excuse me. Pregnancy brain has been horrible. I cannot remember anything. My sense of smell is ramped up so high. I smell everything, and it makes me want to puke most of the time. So I'm going to have to call this video quits here. Number one, because I'm almost at Walmart. And number two, because we're getting up on 15 minutes. So I'm going to stop now. Thanks for watching. If you're new, please subscribe, like the video, leave a comment below, and I will see you next week for week 6. Bye.